drinking milk is okay. Alright, so you centipedes out there will probably catch that. Everybody else is probably just over your head. Alright, so let's talk about neat crap. It is May, and you know what that means. Shoot. Oh, I'm late for my taxes. So, okay, so you non-Americans are probably like, well, probably wondering what's going on. So, we Americans, even those of us living overseas, we have to file our taxes in April, and I'm a month over, but it's okay because I don't owe the government anything, because, I just fill out the 2555 form, which is the foreign earned income exclusion, and up to like $100,000 or something like that U.S. I don't have to pay any taxes on in America. So for all of you non-Americans, you're probably like, why would you have to even deal with that if you don't live in America? And I completely agree with you. Once in a while, there will be somebody who runs for president who says, hey, let's get rid of the IRS. And like the last one who said that was Mike Huckabee when he ran against Obama. But he was eliminated before I could even vote for that guy in the primaries. And it's funny, when I talk to my fellow Americans in the who live here in Japan, I would say, this is ridiculous. We don't need to do this. And the people from England and Australia and such, they will say the same thing. They're like, what the hell? And I'm like, America used to function without the IRS. And now it's just become like this weaponized thing where, like, it became a big scandal a few years ago when President Obama was using the IRS as a weapon against his political enemies. And just completely shameful and ridiculous. The funny thing is that a lot of people will say, oh, well, without the IRS, the government can't exist, because they need tax money. If you own a house, you get so much money back. It's ridiculous. That kind of stuff can be handled through your regular paychecks. Go figure. But see, the people here in Japan who can't ever really seem to understand that are very left leaning, and they can't understand that. Yeah. So the United States used to exist and function without the IRS. The United States used to function without the Federal Reserve. These are things that most people don't really understand, I guess, because they don't know history, I suppose. So, anyhow, that was quite a bit of a tangent. No, May is not tax season, that's April, but I need to do that. So, anyhow, so May is the Shizuoka Hobby Show, and I am not there. So, today is Saturday. It's been going on for a few days already. And, yeah, so because I moved, I'm nowhere near there. I've talked to some people who were asking me, hey, are you going to be attending? If so, let's hook up. Yeah, it's not happening. So, eventually, there's something I would like to share. Actually, there is a former, I don't know how much I should say about this. I have a lot of people who watch my videos who are in Japan. Of course, there's English-speaking people and there's Japanese-speaking people. I get, actually looking at my demographics, the number one viewership is from the United States, and the number 2 is in Japan. So I actually at the Shizuoka Hobby Show last year, I met this one Japanese guy who said that he watches my videos, and he doesn't understand English, but he enjoys watching my videos anyways. Especially the Yamato stuff that I had been doing. With the new Yamato series that's come out, that is really fantastic. I gotta remember to get back to that topic. So, anyhow, there is one guy I am friends with who is a former Aoshima employee who is working, excuse me, he's working on building, starting a new modeling company. And when he gets that done, I would like to share that with people. I kind of have an idea what he's going to be doing a little bit. At first, he's going to be working with some Chinese companies to, market their models for the domestic Japanese scene. I'm not sure exactly everything that he's doing, but he's told me that I'm going to be surprised. So I can't wait to find out about that. That would be really cool, and of course I would like to share that with people on this channel. Rancha, shut up. She doesn't know I'm recording in here. Yeah, go take a shower, okay? Get out of here. Scram. What was I saying? Okay, I'm gonna pause this here. Okay, I'm back. So, I didn't want people to hear toilet flushings and such. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so, Shizuoka Hobby Show, I'm not there. Can't afford it right now. With moving, I had to buy, like, new curtains, new carpet, and that kind of stuff for this apartment. And then I got hit with a bunch of, taxes and fees and such that I had to pay, like my pension and the health insurance and stuff like that from when I was between jobs, because I quit that company that I worked at and I'm working as a teacher again, and I'm happy. So I get paid better, I get treated better, and I get to have fun with smiling kids and stuff, and I enjoy that. I appreciate that more. So, I just mentioned the Yamato, stuff. So I have seen the first DVD of the Yamato 2202. It is pretty cool. It is, of course, like a remake of the second season of the original Yamato series. Sneezies. And it's really cool. They have the new Cosmo Tigers. Very cool. The Cosmo Tiger 1 is like this really cool frickin', like it's like this huge starfighter, and like the canopy, it does like this B-wing action, right? When the starfighter, you see it moving like this, the canopy just like it stays, so it can like flip around and stuff. It's really cool looking. There's only been like 2 episodes or so on that first DVD. It's certainly enough to get me hooked. It's really cool stuff. So yeah. So moving on. Okay. So because I was unable to visit the Shizuoka Hobby Show, I went to in Gunma Prefecture, in Takasaki City. There is the huge Yamada electronics store called Lobby 1, and I went there, and because they have like a really pretty nice model selection there, and spent a couple hours there while my wife and daughter went somewhere else. And I just got some tools and stuff. It's not really that really exciting, the stuff that I bought, but I was just just enjoying just looking at the models and stuff. I was really tempted to get. They had a Hasegawa 172 scale. Was it A7 Corsair? And I thought that was pretty cool. Was it A4, A7? I can't remember. Yeah. No. Which one's the Skyhawk? That one's the A4 Corsair and the A7 Skyhawk, right? They had both of those. I get the numbers confused. I was tempted to get them, but I didn't get any model kits. I just got supplies and crap. Supplies! Supplies! But I do want to show the neat stuff that I have picked up recently. So as you have seen, I completed the Devil Hunter Yoko kit, and on a whim I got a resin kit of that. So let me show you that here.
What do you got for me, Rick Astley?
So here, this is by Atelier Sai, which is the company that had made the those Gradius Vic Viper models, and they kind of did a really crappy job on those. They had never done anything like model related before, and they tried to make it like a snap kit with different colored plastic and such to kind of appeal to the snap kit Gundam type crowd, and they kind of failed miserably. And from what I understand, from what people in the industry have told me, that really contributed to the bankruptcy of the company, because they didn't do a really good job with those model kits. The cool thing though is that Plum, they have announced that they're going to do a Vic Viper model kit. Now they do not represent at the Shizuoka Hobby Show, but they are at the Wonder Festivals. Okay, so anyhow, this is a 1/8 scale Yoko from Devil Hunter Yoko, and this is a Wonder Festival Summer 2005 exclusive. Now, the price here says 8,000 yen. I only paid about 5,000 yen for this. So let's open this up and take a look. So again, this is 1/8 scale. The one that I had built is a 1/5 scale, which is really big. Listen to that plastic. Just listen to that plastic. You hear that? It sounds like plastic. Alright. So here is her dress. Kind of flips up in the front, and here's her lovely ass here. So the ass part goes on the back, because that's where most people's asses are located. If not, then that's kind of weird. So it kind of fits like so. So it kind of flips up. So if you want to, you can look up and see her panties, because that's one of the most important features in figures. Oh my gosh, I just dropped it. So she's got legs, obviously, as most humans do, and there's not really much to say at this point, but whatever. These little locator things kind of help, I suppose. I've never built a resin kit before, but there you go. Okay, now her chest area, as you can see, let me zoom in here. So the yin yang symbol is etched onto her chest here, and it looks like it should be pretty easy to paint. And check this out, look at that. She is really standing at attention here, isn't she? Oh, it makes sense though, because if you've seen the anime when she transforms, she's like totally, she becomes completely naked, and then she has this dress again, but she is completely braless when she's fighting the demons and crap. And but she does have panties though for some reason. But yeah, she's definitely braless, so I guess that kind of makes sense. So yeah, so let's move on here. Yeah, the yin yang should be pretty easy to paint up. The hand and the sword are all one piece. Okay. her braids are separate, but like the braid apparently and her ponytails are molded together. Yeah, where's her face? Oh yeah. So this is her face, and we got to keep these in the bag here though. The stand is really great. Look at that. This will be really fun to paint up. So this is the yin and yang symbol, just like on her chest. It's really, really cool. And here we have, this is where her foot attaches to the stand. That is great. That is really cool. I like that. So what I'll probably do is kind of drill up inside there and pin that so that this will fit down and stay on there. Next, what I would like to show you is what I got from Don's Light and Magic. First of all, this is the bridge to the Enterprise D. I had shown, I think that was the March video I had done, that I had said that I want to kind of build the Enterprise D model that I have. So this replaces the upper kit, or the upper decks of the kit, and it's clear, so that makes lighting it a lot easier, obviously. One thing I noticed though is that this is kind of irregular shaped, and I thought maybe it hadn't been molded properly, but I checked out some images of the Enterprise D, and it's normal, so I'm glad. So there is like the captain's ready room, and like there's the back here there's like the observation deck and that kind of stuff, and that's where they have like their meetings and crap. Behind that room where behind the turbo lift and crap. So yeah, apparently once you cut this off, it should just fit right into the top of the saucer. So that's nice. Now this is the forward window. Now this goes on the bottom of the kit. So on the bottom of the saucer, I think this is like right before you get to that what is it, the captain's yacht or whatever, that little UFO flying saucer thing. There is this little section where you would have to cut out like a square and then plug this into place. But here you could see where it's molded, where you can have some lights, so you could tape that up and then paint all of this, and there you go. You got a neat little thing you can light up on the bottom, and that's great. One thing that is definitely necessary when you attempt to light up the Enterprise D, you will need these trench covers for wiring. So what you would probably need is some like super thin magnet wire, like what I had or what I've been using on the R-Type kit that I'm working on. The model kit for the pylon that holds up the warp nacelle, it is one solid piece. If it's like two pieces that you can kind of sandwich together, there should be no problem, but unfortunately you're gonna have to do some work. So what you would do is like sand this off, use a router or something rather, and just completely clean off this here, and then have your wire attached in here. Okay, see, let's look at that. So you could see step by step, ooh baby. Sorry, I just flashed back to my junior high days when the New Kids on the Block were going strong, I guess. Or was that high school? It was both. Anyhow, you sand this flat, and when you put the wires down, you would use this photo etch to lay on top, and that way you don't lose your detail. See here, check this out. Here's a picture of what's going on. This is what you need to do. Neat, huh? Actually, look at that. He's got some pretty thick wires going through there. That's interesting. Huh. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You can use magnet wire anyways. Anyhow, I don't want to remove the staple on this. I want to keep this in place and put this into the box with the other parts. Lastly, here we have the ATST and Snowspeeder set. These are in 1/144 scale. And so these are to scale with the AT-AT that I did an unboxing of last month. The cool thing to notice is that this ATST is based off of the Return, I'm sorry, not the Return of the Jedi, the Empire Strikes Back ATST that you see on Hoth. The Return of the Jedi one is a little bit different. The proportions are slightly different. And so yeah, this is based off of the Empire Strikes Back version. So Bad Grundles, he did an unboxing of this already, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. But yeah, this is 1/144th scale. Interestingly enough, this 1/144 scale Snowspeeder is actually larger than this Snowspeeder that comes with the old MPC AT-AT kit. It is said that this is 1/100 scale, but as you can see, assuming that these are correct, that at least the measurements on this is correct, and this is not 1/100 scale. This has got to be smaller than 1/144 scale. But I don't care. I'm not really a stickler for that kind of thing, so it's fine with me. So anyhow, it comes with, of course, stickers, as always. Yeah, whatever. This red around here, I think, is more of, it's just for a guide. It's not the actual part of the decal. But yeah, you get those little ZZ thingies on there. So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably maybe for the ZZ, I would maybe try to copy that and put it into a decal or something. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'll decide on that later. Anyhow, I'm not gonna really do a whole unboxing of this, but it's pretty cool. So the F-Toys kit is 1/144 scale as well, and that one is based off of the Return of the Jedi. Again, this is the Empire Strikes Back version. Alright, so back onto the topic of Devil Hunter Yoko. Now, I had done the Falchion 1/5 scale kit. Okay? Turned out really great. So, I've been in a Devil Hunter Yoko mode lately, so I picked up this art book. This is Mamono Hunter Yoko The Final, which is like an art book. There's lots of really cool artwork in it. Pretty nice. So, in the back, there is a section on some merchandising and such. I think it has some things about the soundtracks or whatever, maybe. And here's the figure that I built. Pretty cool. Now, Falchion is, or was, I should say, a kit company that made Sulfaby, or, soft vinyl kits, mostly of, like, tokusatsu stuff, like Godzilla, Ultraman, stuff like that. This is the only anime that I know of that they did. And they made 2 of these kits. So this is the 1/5 Devil Hunter Yoko, and they made a second kit where she's kind of kneeling down. So if you're interested in seeing this kit, there is another YouTube modeler. He's just started uploading videos. His name is Shaz to Shaz7. I'll put a link in the description to his channel, but he made this. Now, he built, it was a Korean bootleg company called Elfin, and they recast this. I'm not really against, recasters, because it's not like Falchion is going to be losing any money, because they don't even exist anymore, and this thing is out of print. So I don't care. And actually, I'm hoping to maybe kind of work it out with him to, he can help me get a 1/4 Dirty Pair Yuri figure that I've seen on eBay, eBay.uk. And so anyhow, he built this thing. And the Elfin, at least, I don't know if this original one doesn't make any mention, but his sword is like pewter. And I don't think at least mine wasn't. It was resin, but this is like made out of pewter, and it makes it really heavy. And so her hand, she's holding this sword out like this, and it kind of throws off the balance of the model. And unfortunately, if it's one of those things where, like, if you had only known, maybe he could have put like some fishing weights in her leg here to keep it balanced. But oh well. Now, there was actually a couple of little super deformed soft vinyl kits that Falchion also made. So there she is in her outfit, and then again in her school uniform. I've never seen these. I don't think I've ever seen these on auction, but then again, I haven't really been paying close enough attention, I suppose. Maybe I can put out an auction alert for that. Anyhow, there's just a lot of like anime stills and characters and such in this book. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, neat stuff. So one thing I definitely want to talk about is this Blade Runner news. Okay, so the new Blade Runner trailer came out, and it's funny because I was planning on kind of talking about this in this video here, and I just watched Jared's video last night where he talked about this, Rebels at Cloud 9, and so these, yeah, this is my take on the whole thing here. Okay, so I watched this video. The funny thing is the trailer has a trailer for the trailer. I don't understand what is going on with that. If you watch it, it's like on the official Warner Brothers. It has like this brief intro to the trailer, and then you actually see the actual trailer. I've never seen a trailer to a trailer before. That is just completely bizarre. Totally bizarre. Yeah, totally bizarre. Okay, so I watched the trailer, and Blade Runner is a movie that does not need a sequel. It just, I did not care for this trailer at all. But then again, maybe the movie might turn out great. Just like I was really not looking forward to Rogue One, and I watched it, and I ended up loving it. For this movie, I want to know why exactly Rick Deckard became an old man, because he should have been a replicant. I don't like the theatrical version, the original version. I much preferred the director's cut of Blade Runner, and I thought the final cut was just beautiful and perfect. And I think it's really makes a strong case for why Rick Deckard is a replicant, and I don't see a purpose of having him in this movie otherwise than just to, give Harrison Ford some extra money. We are very lucky that the original movie, the Blade Runner movie, was made when it was at the time, before this modern cinema atmosphere, I guess what you would call it. This modern age of movie making. In the original Blade Runner, there was not a single explosion nor a car chase, and the movie is just very highly intellectual, very ambient movie. Um, slow paced. A lot of people they think it's boring. I think it is just completely just fantastic. This new movie, it seems to try to capture some of the ambiance, but it really fails to capture the true essence, at least from what I can see in this trailer. I don't want to see holograms. Oh, I would have much would have rather preferred to see, if they were going to make another Blade Runner movie, have it set in like the 2019 and keep the whole 1980s vision of the future intact with CRT monitors and buzzing neon signs and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, it seems to try to capture some of the aesthetics. I thought it was really clever that they had that Atari logo, because that kind of, throws back to the original Blade Runner movie, because you could see Atari logos in that movie. And, but not feeling it. This year is half over, and I have not watched a single movie. I have not given a dime to Hollywood, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about that, because I'm just so sick of. I think there really needs to be a new Hollywood made, where independent thinking people can make movies and hire people, actors and such, just with complete disregard to what their political leanings are. It's really sick to see what is going on with Hollywood and the groupthink, and it's just stupid. The entertainment industry is just ridiculous these days. Yeah. So, in other news, so this James Comey stuff, gosh, that's here I am in Japan, and I'm kind of detached from America quite a bit, and it's funny because like all of the lefties were wanting James Comey to be fired, and they wanted him to get rid of somebody to get rid of him, and then the Republicans wanted to get rid of him as well, and then so when President Trump gets rid of him, then double standards, the hypocrisy of the whole thing, all the Democrats are all upset that he got rid of him. It's so stupid, when what if Clinton or Obama gets rid of a whole bunch of judges, nothing happens, nobody says anything. But like with stupid Bush, or when he sacked a bunch of judges or whatever, then they're saying how this never happens. It's oh my gosh, we can't we mustn't allow this to happen. It's ridiculous. So the whole James Comey thing is, I'm thinking maybe he was wanting to be fired with some of the stuff he was saying. I think maybe he's been so far, he just gotten so compromised that he was just kind of begging to get fired, I guess, when he's talking about troll armies. And it's his job. His job is not to interpret whether somebody had the intent to break the law or not. If I am caught breaking the law, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, officer. Well, no, that doesn't enter into it. You broke the law. You will be punished. And with this whole thing, he totally just whizzed the whole thing down his pant leg with the email server and all that stuff. And then when it comes to the the emails and such and the pedophile's laptop. And then, you see, yeah, maybe they didn't really mean to. Well, yeah, sorry, dude, you're the director of the FBI. You are completely embarrassing the whole FBI. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, seeing that guy get fired was that made me happy. Kind of cheered me up too after the election results in France. I I've seen the pictures and the videos of people showing how the election was rigged. I don't know. I would like to hope that the French people are not stupid to, with all of the problems that they're having, with all of the fights in the streets, people being attacked, people getting killed, the terrorism, the rapes, the burglaries, all of that, and then they would just elect somebody who says, let's just stay the course and not do anything to change this. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I studied French for a couple years in high school, and I took my 2-year minimum, and that was it. I'm like, if I go to France, maybe they wouldn't even really like me, at least in Paris. People would kind of treat me like crap. But now I really kind of feel sorry for what's going on to the people of France. And but if they truly did vote for the macaroni and cheese guy, Macron, then no sympathies. If you guys are voting for more of the same, you're voting for more of these rape refugees to come and steal, kill, and destroy. If that's what you want, then no sympathies for the next terrorist attacks. I was really hoping that Le Pen would win because she was polling like really close and she had pulled ahead and then all of a sudden we're to believe then that she lost so much, and then Macron he won 66.06%. I mean, could they have made it even more obvious? Why not 66.6%? I mean, the whole, just have him standing in front of that Louvre pyramid with the glowing eye on top, and just have like a big banner that says 66.6%, and just have him do like the whole Hail Satan stuff. It would have maybe been a little bit too obvious, I guess, but the guy is former Rothschild banker, and their Federal Reserve is owned by the Rothschilds. It's funny. I mean, you think about, okay, so what are the banks that they have been able to set up in the past couple of decades? Okay, so now they have a bank in Iraq and Libya, Afghanistan, and I seem to remember hearing something about those countries in the past couple of decades. So let's look at the list of what countries they do not have a central bank set up in. Syria? North Korea? See kind of a pattern here, don't we? Okay. Yeah, it's not a conspiracy if it's in plain view. Maybe having the election results of the actual 666 maybe would have been a little bit too obvious, I guess. But I think that election must have been rigged. I can't imagine that people would be like, people are raping us and murdering us, but we got to welcome these people with open arms because that's what we have to do. We have to just let them kill us. That is just, it's ridiculous. So, yeah. In related news, I would recommend getting this book, The People versus Muhammad. This is a really interesting book. I'm like maybe halfway through. I've just been reading this on my breaks and such. I read a lot of like historical kind of stuff, this is really interesting. A lot of the stuff I already know, but this a lot of stuff I have been learning from this book as well. The author is J.K. Scheindlin. Unfortunately, there's a lot of I don't know who the editor is, but it's kind of sloppy because I see a lot of grammatical mistakes, punctuation errors, and such. But yeah, this really delves into like a psychological analysis of the disgusting, depraved psychopath named Muhammad who started this insane death cult. And it says right here, the shocking evidence which exposes his catalog of mental illnesses. He's a psychopath, sex addict, schizophrenic, and more. You know, so it talks about how he had advocated pedophilia, honor killings, sexual slavery, prostitution, racism, extortion, murder, psychological indoctrination, intellectual terrorism, censorship, grand larceny, racketeering, domestic violence, gender inequality, and more. Very interesting. Psychopathy, gynophobia, Napoleon complex, schizophrenia, narcissistic personality disorder, messiah god complex, obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't even know what this is. Athazagorophobia, I haven't gotten that far in the book yet. Oedipus complex, haven't gotten that far yet. Sex addiction, definitely. Pedophilia, definitely. Necrophilia. Yeah, this guy was one fucked up guy, and definitely, if you like reading about this kind of stuff, this is very, very interesting. To think how far this has gone. You know, a lot of people, they say, oh well, jihad. It means struggle. It means struggle. You know, like it's a personal thing. Mein Kampf. It means my struggle. You know, Hitler was a kind of a big fan of this guy, and you can look it up. You know, Hitler, Grand Mufti. He had quite a warm relationship with the death cult, masquerading as a religion. So yeah, very interesting. That has been taking up a lot of my time, is reading that, at least on my day to day, you know, on my my lunch breaks and such. Okay, so this is becoming a really long video. I need to end it now, so may the force be with you. Live long and prosper, and thanks, or so long, and thanks for all the fish.